Have you ever felt stuck at square one with your finances, like you're giving it your all, working tirelessly, but just can't seem to break free from the cycle of scarcity? Maybe you've chased opportunities, tried every external strategy, yet the abundance you crave feels like a distant dream, just out of reach. What if the real barrier isn't out there in the economy or your circumstances, but lies hidden within the very architecture of your own mind? The legendary figures of success, those titans from eras like the one Dale Carnegie studied and wrote about, understood a profound secret. The key to external achievement is always forged first in the internal world. In this video, we're going to unlock that secret, guiding you step by step on how to reprogram your mind to move from that frustrating 0 point to genuine, lasting abundance. We'll delve deep into identifying what's truly holding you back and installing the powerful mental software that will allow you to sculpt the future you desire. Every segment is packed with insights that build upon the last, so make sure you stick around for the entire journey. You won't want to miss a single piece of advice that could be the key to your breakthrough. And if you're ready to join us on this path to transforming your internal world to create external wealth, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel right now. The brutal truth, the one seldom spoken in the crowded rooms of conventional wisdom, is that the distance separating you from your desired wealth and abundance is not measured in geographical miles, the digits in your bank account, or even the fortuitous connections you might make. The true measure of that distance lies within the invisible architecture of your mind. The wealth you seek, the abundance you crave, is not some far-off island you need to reach by ship, battling external storms and currents. It is, in fact, a submerged continent located entirely within you, patiently awaiting discovery, mapping, and the conscious effort to bring it to the surface of your external reality. This means that the state of your finances, your opportunities, and your overall success in the material world are not arbitrary accidents of fate or external forces beyond your control. They are instead direct reflections, outward manifestations of your inner world. Your thoughts, your deeply held beliefs, your underlying attitudes towards money, success, and your own capabilities form the intricate blueprint upon which your external reality is built. Consider the universe as a system governed by cause and effect. Every external outcome you experience is a direct result of an internal cause originating within your consciousness. Your current financial situation, whatever its specifics, is not a random occurrence or a stroke of bad luck dealt by an indifferent universe. It is the cumulative product of your deepest mental programming. These programs consist of the fundamental beliefs you hold about money, whether it's difficult to earn, corrupting, or a force for good. They encompass your beliefs about your own deservingness, whether you believe you are inherently worthy of prosperity and success. They include your beliefs about your capability, whether you see yourself as competent, resourceful, and able to navigate challenges. They even extend to your fundamental beliefs about the world itself, whether it is a place of scarcity and competition or one of opportunity and collaboration. These beliefs function like a silent, powerful software program running constantly in the background of your mind, dictating the invisible boundaries of what you believe is possible for you to achieve, experience, and possess. This internal software determines how you perceive opportunities, how you react to setbacks, the risks you are willing to take, and the actions you choose to pursue or avoid. Until you acknowledge and actively work to modify this internal programming, your external reality will continue to reflect its underlying code, regardless of how much effort you expend on external strategies alone. The true power to change your financial destiny lies not in chasing external results, but in diligently redesigning the internal operating system that creates them. If you find yourself stuck at the point of zero or lingering uncomfortably close to it, it's a clear signal that it's time for a radical audit of this internal operating system. This is far beyond superficial positive thinking or reciting empty affirmations while your current circumstances are sinking. This calls for a deep and honest examination of the core beliefs that are holding you back. Imagine your mind as a garden. Over time, without conscious cultivation, weeds can take root and proliferate. These weeds represent the limiting beliefs that choke the growth of your potential. Beliefs such as money is the root of all evil, rich people are greedy or unethical, I'm simply not good enough or smart enough to be wealthy, success is only for the lucky few, or I'll never escape this financial struggle. These thoughts, consciously or unconsciously entertained and repeated over time, solidify into powerful barriers that form the invisible walls of a self-imposed prison. They act as the vigilant guardians of your status quo, the sentinels ensuring you remain confined within the familiar, even if uncomfortable territory of limitation. They become self-fulfilling prophecies because your actions, or lack thereof, are constantly aligned with these underlying convictions. If you believe deep down that you are not capable of success, you will unconsciously sabotage opportunities, avoid necessary risks, or fail to put in the consistent effort required. The audit process involves bringing these hidden programs into the light of conscious awareness. It requires courage to look honestly at the thoughts and beliefs that surface when you contemplate money, success, and your own future. Are they thoughts of possibility and abundance, or are they laced with fear, doubt, and limitation? Pay attention to your internal dialogue, the automatic responses that arise when opportunities or challenges present themselves. These are often direct indicators of the underlying programming at work. This initial step of ruthless identification is crucial because you cannot change what you are unwilling or unable to see. It's about shining a bright light into the often neglected corners of your mind to reveal the programs that are silently running and dictating your external results. Once you begin to identify these limiting beliefs, the next critical step in reprogramming your mind is to understand where they came from. This is where you become a psychic archaeologist, carefully excavating the layers of conditioning that have shaped your internal landscape. These beliefs weren't born out of thin air. They were planted, perhaps unintentionally, by various influences throughout your life. Were they critical words spoken by parents or authority figures during your formative years? Were they negative interpretations of past experiences, such as a failed business venture or a financial setback that led you to conclude you aren't capable? Were they cultural messages absorbed from society, media, or your community that perpetuate narratives of scarcity, victimhood, or the inherent difficulty of achieving wealth? Were they the financial habits and mindsets modeled by those around you during childhood? Bringing these roots to the surface of your consciousness is more than just an intellectual exercise. It's a process of understanding and, ultimately, detachment. It's about recognizing that these beliefs, while powerful, are often not original truths, but learned perspectives adopted from external sources or formed as protective mechanisms in the past. Understand that these beliefs may have served a purpose at some point in your life, perhaps as a way to feel safe, to fit in, or to protect yourself from perceived failure or rejection. But now they are obsolete. They are chains that bind you to a past that no longer serves your highest potential. You are not your past experiences, nor are you the opinions or limitations imposed by others. This excavation is not about blame, but about gaining clarity and perspective. By understanding the origin of these beliefs, you can begin to detach from them, seeing them for what they are: learned patterns, not immutable truths. This crucial step of uncovering the roots weakens the hold of these beliefs, preparing the ground for them to be gently but firmly removed, paving the way for new, empowering seeds to be planted and nurtured in your mind. With the limiting beliefs identified and their roots understood, the process of reprogramming demands the conscious, deliberate seeding of new, empowering beliefs. These are the beliefs that will serve your growth, that will align your mind with the frequency of abundance and possibility. This is not about simple repetition of words, but about deeply integrating new truths into your inner being. Choose beliefs that empower you. Embrace the understanding that money is a neutral tool, a form of energy that can be used to create tremendous good in the world. Affirm that wealth allows for greater positive impact and provides increased freedom and opportunity, not just for yourself but for others. Cultivate the deep inner knowing that you are inherently capable and utterly deserving of financial success and prosperity. Believe in your capacity to learn, grow, and adapt to achieve your most ambitious goals. Understand that while external factors exist, you create your own luck through diligent preparation, strategic thinking, and consistent focused action. This process of conscious belief installation is not self-deception. It is an intentional act of choosing which narrative you will allow to govern your life. It is a powerful declaration that you are reclaiming your inherent power as the author of your own destiny. Modern neuroscience offers compelling evidence that supports this concept through the principle of neuroplasticity. Your brain is not a fixed entity. It possesses an incredible capacity to be reshaped and rewired throughout your life. Every single thought you entertain, every belief you hold, strengthens specific neural pathways in your brain. By consciously and consistently choosing thoughts of abundance, possibility, capability, and deservingness, you are quite literally reconfiguring the wiring of your brain. You are building new, superhighway-like neural pathways that lead to destinations far different from those to which the old rutted roads of limitation were guiding you. This rewiring is significantly amplified through the powerful combination of vivid visualization and intense emotion. It's not enough to merely think about wealth. You must actively feel the abundance as if it is already your present reality. Take time to vividly imagine the life you are building, the future you are claiming. What does it feel like to wake up each morning without the heavy weight of financial worry pressing down on you? What positive impact can you create in the world? With the resources you accumulate, what enriching experiences can you provide for yourself and the people you cherish? Immerse yourself in the sensations of gratitude, joy, peace, and freedom that are associated with this future vision. This potent blend of crystal-clear thought and powerful resonant emotion is the fuel that dramatically accelerates the mental reprogramming process. It is what transforms an abstract idea or a hopeful wish into a deep-seated magnetic conviction that pulls your reality towards it. Think of groundbreaking achievements throughout history. Before Roger Bannister ran the mile in under 4 minutes, in 1954, it was widely considered a physiological impossibility. It was a collective mental barrier ingrained in the minds of athletes and the public alike. Yet, Bannister refused to accept this limitation. He rigorously trained his body, of course, but crucially, he dedicated himself to training his mind. He repeatedly visualized himself breaking that barrier, seeing and feeling himself crossing the finish line in under 4 minutes in his imagination, long before he did it on the track. And when he finally did cross the line in 3 minutes and 59.4 seconds, something extraordinary happened. The mental barrier was shattered, not just for him, but for the entire world of running. In the weeks and months that followed, numerous other runners also broke the 4-minute mark. What changed? Human physiology? No. What changed was the collective belief about what was possible. Your current financial situation can be seen as your own personal 4-minute mile. It may feel insurmountable, a limitation etched in stone, but it is often simply a mental construct, a barrier erected by old, limiting beliefs. By challenging those beliefs, by consciously choosing and persistently installing a new mental program rooted in abundance and possibility, you are not merely altering your own trajectory. You are proving to yourself, and perhaps inspiring those around you, that limitations are frequently illusions, waiting to be dissolved and shattered by the unwavering force of human conviction and a mind deliberately programmed for expansion. With the foundation of empowering beliefs beginning to solidify and the weeds of limitation being uprooted, the next crucial phase of mental reprogramming demands absolute, blinding clarity. What good is having a powerful engine if you don't have a clearly defined destination? What is the use of a mind reprogrammed for abundance if you haven't explicitly defined what abundance means to you? Wealth is not a one-size-fits-all concept. It takes the specific form that your unique vision gives it. Without a clear and compelling vision, you are a powerful vessel adrift, potentially capable of great things, but utterly without direction, vulnerable to being tossed about by the unpredictable tides of circumstance and external pressures. Clarity is immense power. It is the difference between shooting arrows blindly into the darkness and aiming with laser-like precision at the very center of your target. It allows you to focus your energy, resources, and attention effectively. To gain this clarity, you must ask yourself with brutal honesty, what is it that I truly want? And resist the urge to settle for vague, generic answers like to be rich or to have more money. You must dig deeper, much deeper. How much wealth, specifically, do you desire? And importantly, why do you desire it? What specific lifestyle will this wealth enable? What kind of impact do you wish to make on the world or in your community with your resources? What problems are you passionate about solving? What lasting legacy do you aspire to leave behind? Paint a mental picture of this desired future that is so vivid, so detailed, so rich in sensory experience that you can almost touch it, smell it, hear it, and feel it resonating deep within your bones. This level of clarity rarely emerges by chance. It is forged in the furnace of dedicated introspection and deliberate planning. You must set aside focused time to quiet the noise of the external world and connect with your deepest desires, your most authentic aspirations. Write extensively about your vision. Create mind maps that visually represent the interconnected elements of your desired future. Construct a vision board, not merely as a decorative collage of pretty pictures, but as a powerful visual manifesto of your soul's calling, a constant, tangible reminder of the profound why that propels your journey forward. The clearer and more emotionally compelling your vision becomes, the more magnetic it will be. It will begin to naturally attract the opportunities, the people, the resources, and the synchronistic events necessary for its manifestation in the physical world. Think of the great explorers throughout history. Christopher Columbus didn't simply sail west hoping for the best. He had a clear vision, even if his geographical details were ultimately flawed, to find a new westward route to the Indies. That clarity of purpose, that unwavering conviction in his vision, was what allowed him to secure funding, recruit a crew willing to face the unknown, and navigate treacherous waters, enduring mutiny and profound uncertainty. His vision, as challenging as its pursuit was, served as an unyielding beacon, guiding him through the darkness and doubt. Your vision of wealth must be your own personal beacon. It needs to be so convincing, so inspiring, that it actively pulls you forward, compelling you to act, even when the fog of doubt or the storms of adversity threaten to derail your course. Clarity also serves a vital function in dissipating fear. Fear thrives in uncertainty, in the nebulous unknown. When you know precisely where you are going and understand deeply why you are going there, fear loses a significant portion of its power over you. The challenges along the way don't magically disappear, but they are fundamentally recontextualized. They transform from terrifying monsters lurking in the shadows of ambiguity into identifiable obstacles to be strategically overcome in pursuit of a clearly defined objective. With this crystal-clear vision in place, you can begin to lay out a concrete map. You can identify the necessary steps to take, the specific skills you need to acquire, the knowledge you need to seek out, and the connections you need to build. The journey from zero to abundance is no longer a terrifying leap into the void, but becomes a series of manageable, sequential steps, each one bringing you measurably closer to the manifestation of your defined vision. And this vision should not be seen as a static, unchanging endpoint. Just as you grow and evolve as an individual, your definition of wealth and your vision for the future may also mature and refine over time. Clarity is not a final destination, but a continuous process of refinement. Be willing to revisit your vision periodically, to adjust it, expand it, or even modify it as you gain more experience, learn more about yourself, and deepen your understanding of the world. The critical point is that at any given moment, you are operating with the highest possible level of clarity available to you at that time. This mental clarity directly translates into focused action. In a world designed to relentlessly hijack your attention every second, the ability to maintain unwavering focus on your vision is nothing short of a superpower. It means having the strength and conviction to say no to distractions, to opportunities that are not truly aligned with your core vision, to anything that threatens to pull you off your chosen path. It means consciously channeling your mental, emotional, and physical energy into the activities that genuinely move the needle in the direction of your ultimate goal. The mind that is reprogrammed and crystal clear is not dispersed or scattered. It concentrates its energy with the intense power of a sunbeam focused through a magnifying glass, capable of igniting fires where before there was only diffuse warmth. Dedicate yourself wholeheartedly to achieving this crystalline clarity. Define your wealth in vivid detail. Paint your vision in the most vibrant colors imaginable. Allow it to become the magnetic North Star of your soul, guiding every thought, every decision, and every action towards the abundant future you are actively claiming as your own. The clarity is the essential blueprint. Now let's uncover the profound purpose that will compel you to build with unyielding determination. Vision, no matter how clear and compelling, is like a beautifully crafted body without a soul. It may be aesthetically pleasing, technically perfect in its design, but it lacks the vital spark, the animating and sustaining force that will carry it through the inevitable challenges and adversities of the journey. Clarity tells you what you want to build, but purpose answers the all-important question of why you want to build it. And it is in this profound why that the source of lasting power resides, the unwavering flame that refuses to be extinguished. When the fierce winds of difficulty begin to blow against your path, reprogramming your mind for sustainable wealth creation requires not only defining your desired destination, but also connecting that destination to something far greater than yourself, to a purpose that resonates deeply within the core of your being. Why do you genuinely want wealth? Is it solely for the accumulation of material possessions, for personal comfort and luxury? While these things can undoubtedly be pleasant and provide a certain level of ease, they rarely provide the sustained, deep-seated motivation required for the long-term effort of building significant abundance. The true driving force, the kind that will compel you to rise before dawn when others are sleeping, to work diligently when others are resting, to persist relentlessly when everything seems lost and the odds feel stacked against you, typically stems from a far deeper and more meaningful place. Perhaps it is the profound desire to provide unwavering security and expanded opportunities for your beloved family, ensuring their well-being and future potential. Perhaps it is a burning urgency to solve a specific problem that deeply troubles you in the world, to contribute meaningfully to making things better for others. Perhaps it is an unbridled passion for creating something of lasting value, for expressing your unique talents and gifts in a way that serves and benefits others. On a significant scale, perhaps it is the pursuit of genuine freedom, freedom of your time, geographical freedom to live and work where you choose, the profound freedom to live your life entirely on your own terms, aligned with your values and aspirations. Finding your purpose isn't necessarily about discovering something entirely new and previously unknown. More often, it is about recognizing, acknowledging, and embracing what is already present, pulsating just beneath the surface of your everyday awareness. What are the themes, ideas, or activities that consistently fascinate you and capture your imagination? What problems in the world stir your indignation or compel you to want to act? What activities cause you to lose all track of time, entering a state of flow and deep engagement? Where do your unique strengths, talents, and passions intersect with the authentic needs or desires of the world around you? The answers to these deeply personal questions hold the crucial clues to uncovering your true purpose. It resides at the powerful intersection of your passion, your competence, and the tangible value you can genuinely offer to others. When your pursuit of wealth is firmly anchored in a significant, meaningful purpose, it transcends mere self-interest. It transforms from a personal ambition into a compelling mission. Every dollar earned, every successful business transaction, every wise investment made becomes more than just a financial gain. It becomes a tangible step forward in the realization of that larger, more impactful purpose. This profound connection infuses your work with deep meaning, boundless energy, and unwavering direction. Discipline ceases to feel like a heavy burden or a chore, and instead becomes a natural and authentic expression of your unwavering commitment to your mission. Your resilience is dramatically strengthened because you are not fighting solely for yourself. You are fighting for something you believe in deeply, something that extends beyond your individual existence. Think of historical figures who achieved truly monumental feats against seemingly insurmountable odds. Martin Luther King Jr. was not merely fighting for civil rights as an abstract concept. He was driven by a powerful dream of equality and justice, a purpose that transcended his own life and inspired millions. Marie Curie wasn't simply seeking scientific knowledge for its own sake. She was propelled by an insatiable curiosity and a profound desire to use her groundbreaking discoveries to alleviate human suffering. Their purposes were so potent, so compelling, that they fueled them through immense obstacles, relentless persecution, and significant personal sacrifice. In the same way, your own purpose, when it is crystal clear and authentically embraced, will serve as your impenetrable armor against discouragement and your inexhaustible fuel for unwavering perseverance. Reprogramming your mind for true and sustainable abundance, therefore, fundamentally involves aligning your financial objectives with your larger life purpose. Ask yourself honestly, how can the accumulation of wealth best enable me to serve my purpose more effectively and on a grander scale? How can my unique gifts, talents, and passions be leveraged to create significant value in the world and consequently generate wealth as a natural byproduct of that value creation? This conscious connection transforms the pursuit of money from a potentially hollow act of accumulation into a powerful tool placed in service of something truly meaningful and impactful. It creates a virtuous cycle. By actively living your purpose, you are inherently creating value in the world. By consistently creating value, you naturally attract wealth and resources. With increased wealth and resources, you possess greater capacity and means to amplify the reach and impact of your purpose. This profound alignment also acts as a powerful magnet, attracting the right people into your life, individuals who resonate with your core values, who are inspired by your mission, and who can contribute to its realization. Collaborators, mentors, clients, partners, they are drawn not merely by what you do, but by the compelling why behind your actions. Your energy becomes magnetic, creating a network of support, opportunity, and synergy that dramatically accelerates your progress towards both wealth and fulfillment. Therefore, do not underestimate or neglect this absolutely crucial step in the reprogramming process. Dive deep within yourself. Explore what genuinely moves you, what makes your heart sing, what unique song you are meant to sing in the world. Consciously connect your vision of wealth to that central driving purpose. Allow it to be the guiding force behind every decision you make, the powerful inspiration behind every action you take. When you find and wholeheartedly embrace your authentic purpose, you are no longer simply chasing wealth as an end in itself. You are living a life of profound meaning and impact, and abundance becomes a natural, inevitable byproduct of that passionate and intentional journey. The mind reprogrammed for true wealth does not merely seek to have, it seeks to be, and to do with purpose, understanding that lasting abundance naturally accompanies those who are dedicated to serving something significantly greater than themselves. Purpose has provided you with the compass and the inexhaustible fuel. Now it is time to discuss the powerful engine that will carry you relentlessly towards your destination. Relentless discipline and focused action. As you push forward with disciplined, focused action, propelled by crystalline clarity and profound purpose, there are two essential qualities that serve to lubricate the gears of your journey and protect you against the inevitable friction and turbulence. Gratitude and adaptability. At first glance, they might seem like soft or passive concepts amidst the intense work of mental reprogramming and wealth building, but they are, in fact, inexhaustible sources of immense power, deep resilience, and unwavering momentum. To neglect them is akin to attempting to navigate a tempestuous ocean without a reliable anchor to steady you or a functional rudder to guide your course. Gratitude is the supreme antidote to the pervasive and debilitating scarcity mindset. Even when you are starting from the point of zero, even when the wealth you desire feels like a distant, almost unattainable mirage, there is always, without exception, something for which to be genuinely grateful in your life. Perhaps it is your health, the love and support of your relationships, the invaluable lessons learned from past experiences, the simple act of the air filling your lungs, or the profound opportunity itself to strive and work towards a better life. Cultivating a state of genuine and heartfelt gratitude fundamentally shifts your energetic frequency. It tunes you into the abundance that already exists in your life, no matter how small or insignificant it may currently seem in comparison to your ultimate goals. And like a powerful magnet, this elevated frequency begins to attract more of what you are grateful for into your reality. Gratitude is not a passive acceptance of an undesirable situation. It is an active and conscious posture of appreciation that coexists with the relentless pursuit of a better future. It opens your eyes to the resources, the opportunities, and the meaningful synchronicities that you might otherwise completely overlook if your focus remains solely on what you perceive to be missing or lacking. Start each day with a conscious practice of gratitude. Keep a gratitude journal, listing specific things you are thankful for. Express your gratitude sincerely and frequently to the people in your life. Make it a conscious daily practice, a non-negotiable pillar of your reprogrammed mind. You will quickly discover a profound truth. The more grateful you are for what you have, the more reasons you will find to feel grateful. Gratitude doesn't just transform what we have into enough, it transforms it into more than enough. It is the fertile, nurturing soil in which the seed of abundance can truly flourish. With vigor and speed, walking hand in hand with gratitude is the equally critical quality of adaptability. The journey from the point of zero to significant wealth is rarely, if ever, a straight line. There will be unexpected detours, unforeseen obstacles, sudden market shifts, personal setbacks, and moments when your carefully laid plans need to be drastically altered or even completely abandoned. Rigidity, the inability or unwillingness to adapt to changing circumstances, is a guaranteed recipe for frustration, stagnation, and ultimate failure. The mind that has been successfully reprogrammed, however, actively embraces change as a universal and inevitable constant. It understands deeply that flexibility is not a weakness, but a profound strength. Think of water. It can be gentle, fluid, and effortlessly flow around obstacles, finding new paths as needed. Or it can be incredibly powerful and relentless, gradually wearing down even the hardest rock through persistent flow and adaptation. Adaptability is the cultivated ability to be like water, to flow with the changes, to adjust your approach when necessary, and to ingeniously find new pathways when the old ones are blocked or no longer viable. It does not mean abandoning your core vision or purpose. It means being willing to strategically change your method or timeline for reaching it. It means viewing setbacks not as definitive failures, but as invaluable feedback loops, critical opportunities to learn, pivot, and emerge stronger and wiser. Adaptability requires a certain level of detachment from ego. It demands the humility to admit when you were wrong, when an approach isn't working, or when you simply don't have all the answers. It requires the courage to let go of the familiar and experiment with the new and unknown. Businesses that fail to adapt to evolving market conditions inevitably perish. Individuals who refuse to learn and evolve in response to a changing world are left behind. The capacity to adapt quickly, to learn effectively from mistakes, and to adjust your course with agility is one of the defining hallmarks of those who achieve lasting success in any field, and it is absolutely essential in the dynamic landscape of wealth creation, where the environment is in constant flux. How does one cultivate this vital adaptability? Practice mindfulness to recognize when you are feeling resistant to change or clinging rigidly to old ways of thinking or doing. Actively challenge your own assumptions and be genuinely open to considering new perspectives, even if they contradict your current beliefs. Actively seek feedback from others and view it not as a personal criticism, but as a valuable gift that can illuminate blind spots and suggest alternative approaches. Celebrate the learning that comes from your mistakes and setbacks, rather than dwelling on perceived failure. Surround yourself with individuals who constructively challenge your thinking and encourage you to consider different possibilities. Remember that within every single challenge, every obstacle, and every setback, there is contained the seed of an equivalent or even greater opportunity, if you are willing and able to look for it with an open, adaptable mind and a spirit of hopeful possibility. Gratitude keeps you firmly anchored in the present moment and attuned to the abundance that is already within and around you, even in nascent forms. Adaptability equips you to confidently navigate the uncertain and ever-changing landscape of the future with grace, effectiveness, and resilience. Together they forge a deep, unwavering resilience, the profound ability to bounce back quickly from adversity, to extract valuable lessons from challenging experiences, and to continue moving forward with renewed energy and a refined approach. The mind that has been successfully reprogrammed for true wealth is not fragile, it is anti-fragile. It doesn't merely survive chaos and uncertainty. It actually grows stronger and more capable because of it. Cultivate gratitude as a non-negotiable daily habit. Embrace adaptability as a guiding principle in your approach to challenges. Let these two powerful forces guide you through the inevitable tides of life, keeping your course steady towards the shore of abundance you are actively creating. Throughout this transformative journey, this fundamental reprogramming of your mental architecture, there is a consistent thread, a vital element that permeates and strengthens every single stage: continuous, lifelong learning. The mind that believes it has arrived, that operates under the assumption that it already knows everything there is to know, is a mind that has effectively stopped growing. And in a world that is evolving at an unprecedented and accelerating pace, to stop growing is, in essence, the beginning of decline. The passage from the point of zero to the realization of sustainable wealth is not a single event or a static destination. It is a perpetual process of learning, adapting, evolving, and committed self-improvement. Your capacity and willingness to learn and effectively apply new knowledge is, arguably, the single most valuable asset you possess. Reprogramming your mind is, at its core, about learning new ways of thinking, adopting new beliefs that serve you better, and developing new strategies for approaching challenges and opportunities. But the learning doesn't stop there. To build and sustain wealth in the modern world, you need to acquire practical knowledge. You need to learn about personal finance, about effective investment strategies, about the principles of business and entrepreneurship, about human psychology and behavior, and specifically about the industries and markets in which you choose to operate. You need to learn and continually refine critical skills, effective communication, skillful negotiation, authentic leadership, persuasive marketing, and effective sales techniques. Beyond external knowledge and skills, you also need to embark on a journey of deep self-learning, understanding your own unique strengths and weaknesses, recognizing your emotional triggers and how they influence your decisions, and becoming aware of your own ingrained behavioral patterns, both helpful and unhelpful. Knowledge is the essential fuel that powers informed, effective, and strategic action. Cultivate an insatiable curiosity about the world and how it works. Make asking thoughtful questions a habit. Challenge the status quo and question conventional wisdom. Become a voracious consumer of relevant knowledge. Read books, articles, and case studies that expand your understanding. Listen to podcasts and audiobooks that offer new perspectives and insights. Enroll in courses and attend seminars or workshops that teach you practical skills. Actively seek out mentors, individuals who have already achieved what you aspire to and are willing to generously share their wisdom, experience, and guidance. Do not view learning as a burdensome chore or a necessary evil. Instead, embrace it as a profound privilege, an exciting and lifelong adventure of discovery that constantly expands your horizons and capabilities. Every new insight you gain, every new skill you acquire, is an additional tool added to your ever-growing arsenal, making you more capable, more confident, and better prepared to recognize, seize, and capitalize on the opportunities that inevitably arise on your journey. The most powerful and transformative learning, however, often comes not from books or lectures, but from direct, real-world experience, particularly from your setbacks, your experiments, and your perceived failures. The mind that has been successfully reprogrammed does not fear failure. It sees it as an indispensable teacher, a necessary part of the growth process. Every mistake you make, every unexpected outcome you encounter, contains a valuable lesson, waiting to be uncovered if you are willing to look for it with an open and receptive mind, rather than succumbing to self-blame or giving up. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? What could I have done differently? How can I use the insights gained from this setback to make significantly better decisions in the future? This fundamental approach transforms obstacles into stepping stones and turns temporary reverses into powerful springboards for future success. Think of the legendary inventor Thomas Edison in his pursuit of a practical, incandescent light bulb. He didn't view his thousands of experiments that didn't work as failures. He famously stated that he simply discovered thousands of ways that wouldn't work, learning and iterating with each attempt until he finally achieved success. Be willing, even eager, to unlearn. Sometimes, the biggest obstacle to continued growth is not a lack of new knowledge, but a stubborn adherence to outdated knowledge, beliefs, or methods that no longer serve you in the current environment. The world is constantly changing. What worked effectively yesterday may be completely ineffective or even detrimental today. Be open to questioning your own long-held certainties, to abandoning old habits or strategies that are no longer producing results, and to adopting new approaches when the evidence clearly indicates a better path. Intellectual humility, the conscious awareness that you do not and cannot know everything, is an absolute prerequisite for genuine learning and successful continuous adaptation. Ultimately, the most impactful investment you will ever make is not in stocks, real estate, or any external asset. Your greatest investment is, and always will be, in yourself, in expanding your knowledge, refining your skills, and consistently working on the architecture of your mind. Embrace learning as a lifelong journey, a fundamental aspect of your identity. Let curiosity be your guide, and experience be your teacher. The more you learn, the more you grow, and the more you grow, the greater your capacity becomes to create, attract, and sustain true and lasting abundance in your life. The journey from the perceived point of zero to the realization of profound and sustainable wealth is not primarily an external quest for something that is missing. It is, at its core, a transformative inner voyage of self-discovery, conscious design, and persistent action. It begins with the powerful, deliberate decision to fundamentally reprogram the deepest levels of your mind, identifying and consciously replacing limiting beliefs with empowering convictions that align you with the possibility of abundance. This journey demands the unwavering clarity of a precisely defined vision and the potent, sustaining force of a purpose that resonates deeply within your soul, propelling you forward beyond mere material gain. It is built brick by painstaking brick through the consistent application of discipline and focused action, requiring you to embrace discomfort and extract invaluable lessons from every setback and challenge along the way. Cultivating heartfelt gratitude keeps you firmly anchored in the abundance that exists in the present moment, no matter how nascent, while embracing adaptability equips you to navigate the ever-changing currents of the future with grace and effectiveness. And underpinning it all is a commitment to continuous lifelong learning, recognizing that growth is perpetual and your capacity to learn is your most valuable asset. The most powerful tool you possess in this transformative process resides entirely within you. It is your mind. The time has come to consciously take control of its programming, to embrace the journey of internal transformation, and to begin deliberately sculpting the abundant reality you are destined to create and deserve to experience.